Alright, just a quick little video here. Taking apart the motor, and there's just a lot going on, so I want to make sure I document what goes where so I remember where to put them back. So we'll start on this side. I'm going to take all the sensors off. This here is the brass drain plug for the coolant. I'm not sure what this screw holds on to and why this one's missing, but yep, and they're for something. So let's see, we've got a small little sensor here. Don't know what that's for, don't know what any of these are for, but I'll just kind of show them. This one here, this one here, this one with the two tubes that I believe connects up to the intake. I wish I knew. I'm pretty sure this one's a NOx sensor, because last time I was digging around in here I busted it and replaced it. So I do know that one. This, for all you cruiser heads, is where the pesky heater hose goes. Fun fact. And then this little plate here, block off plate. There's a sensor down here as well. And then again, this is the bolt for the oil dipstick. Let's see, that should cover all the sensors. There's this little bracket here. There was another, this bracket goes right here, and I believe holds on to the two oil cooler hoses, or transmission oil cooler. This bracket, oh, I think that's where that one was, yeah. So it goes like that. So what I'll probably do is keep that screw with this one. And then this little bracket, let's see, I'm trying to remember. I think that screw is for this, that one's for this. This bracket was, I think, up here. I believe so. Anyway, okay, that's why I'm taking this video, so I can remember. Power steering has the two bolts that hold it in. Here's where it goes, right here. Nice and dirty in there. Ooh, that is some caked up, burnt crud. Be good to get that cleaned out. These are the bolts for the head. I've got the motor, I don't call them mounts, the mounting points, hanging points. These bolts are for this piece over here, which the AC actually attaches to, and the position of it is like this. Yes. So it goes on the side of the motor like that. And there's the 4 bolts here that hold the AC on, and then another 4 that are 5 with this long one in front that bolt it to the motor. This is the thermostat here. There's 3 bolts, 3 nuts, and a bolt for this guy, which are over here, I believe. Oh, you know what? I put them up here. Huh. 3 nuts and a bolt. These are the 4 bolts that hold the AC to that big bracket. In fact, I'll just grab those. Kind of keep all the stuff close to each other. And then these 2 bolts, I got this weird coloring to them. I wonder if they got hot. Bolt this pipe here like that. That's where the thermostat bolts onto, right there. And then I don't recall what these 2 are for. Literally just took them off. This I know goes right here, and then this is where the mount attaches to. Oh, you know where these 2 go? is one goes, the bracket thing, hanger goes there, a bolt goes there, and another bolt I believe was right here. So whatever it is that I pulled off, those attach there. Gonna be pulling off the motor mounts, I don't know what you call these, on each side. This sensor here that connected to the, this connects to the AC, and then this I think plugs into the wiring harness. Yeah, I've got the belts off. AC was here, thermostat, water pump. What else am I missing? Alternator I got out pretty easy. There's just a couple bolts for that. I already got them in a bag. Up here I believe is where that gasket and two nuts came off of. And then this bracket here, oh yeah, that's right, it's this piece. So it's just mounted like that. So that gasket goes, and the nuts are for this. So I'll put those with that, and then this piece was like just underneath it. See that diagonal? Just like that. Held on by those two bolts. And then this is actually where the alternator hangs off of. The bolt comes through there. I think that's it. So obviously I've got the valve cover off. You can see, and I've actually seen in some other videos, that for whatever reason the middle area gets more hot than the rest of the motor, and you can probably see that where it's a bit darker and it's got a little bit more buildup as opposed to further out. You can see it's a little bit cleaner. So definitely something to keep an eye on as I get deeper into the motor. But next steps are pulling out the cams. These two things here are the camshafts. This is the intake cam. So you can see it's got these lobes. And as each lobe turns, it opens and closes a valve. So it's basically opening and closing, allowing air in. And then the exhaust cam is opening the exhaust valve for the exhaust to come out. Because obviously you don't want the, I mean, this is me not knowing a whole lot, talking to people who know a whole lot and also people who know nothing. But I'm gonna do my best to explain. You don't want the exhaust opening, for example, to the cylinder always open. There needs to be a point where it's closed so that you can build up that pressure with the air that's come in and the fuel, build it up, get that good compression, and then it'll ignite. And as soon as it ignites and the exhaust opens, the air is then allowed out, the bad air, right? It's from an explosion and the dirty stuff. So you can see in the exhaust ports here, these ones are wet. I'm not really sure why, but you can see how dirty they are. I mean, it's just nastiness compared to the intake ports are quite a bit cleaner because you just have clean air coming through. I mean, there's a little bit of oil that gets in here, but overall they're a lot cleaner. So anyway, be taking the cams out to get access to the head bolts. So you can see in there, bolt, bolt, bolt. Here's the corner head bolts. So these bolts along here are attaching the head, which is this piece. Here's the line. The head to the block, which is the part below it. So in these areas here, you'll have the cylinders. Above the cylinders where the piston is going up and down, you have the head. And inside you have all the valves, the intake and exhaust valve, which are opening and closing, letting air in and out. So I'll get the head off, and then we'll be down to the block. I'll flip the block over, pull the oil pan off. There's actually two pans. There's this bottom part and then this second pan here. Pull those off and start taking apart the block, getting the pistons out and all that. So anyway, just wanted to do a little bit more documentation because I feel like on the last video I didn't do very good of just talking myself through where each of the sensors go. It's another little hanger there. So anyway, progress. Kind of cool to see inside. I'm honestly probably above all most excited to just have it clean. I mean, this thing is just filthy, just nasty caked. I mean, it's just got leaks everywhere. This stuff is just rusting, and yeah, I just am excited to just get this cleaned up. And the frame too. I mean, this thing's, I've showed you how nasty it is, so having everything all nice and clean is just, oh, it's gonna be wonderful. Just can't wait. Anyway, that's all. Got the distribute in here, the alternator. This is the flywheel. And then this comes off the water pump, this piece here, and there's 2 bolts that bolt that to the bottom of the motor. Okay, I think that is it. I'm going to end it there. Hopefully this helps some of you guys. Honestly, if it helps one guy, well, actually, if it helps me figure out how to put it back together, then this is well worth it. But if I can help other people remember, oh crap, you know, how does that thing attach, or where does it go, or what does it look like, then that would be great. If not, like I said, at least it's going to be helpful to myself. So anyway, that's all I got. Talk to you later.